was mighty pretty, Joe.
Damn birdie. Sitting here with Greg Koch here at McNally Smith College of Music. Happy to have Greg here, artist in residence here at the college.
That's scary.
Well, not as scary as last year. You were on the staff.
Indeed. Lurking in the halls like some kind of savage academia creature of the night and of the day.
But now we've limited his contact.
And probably a good thing. We're here to show you some tricks, right?
Yeah.
A little teaser.
Yeah.
You can learn more if you come here. It's basically what we're trying to inflect to these individuals out there on the internet.
That's correct.
We're just doing a little pedal steely type of stuff. You know, a lot of folks want to know, hey, how can I make those sounds that endear myself to farm animals? And that's the pedal steel sound, ladies and gentlemen. So let me show you a couple of things I did in that opening thing that Joe was so nice to play some delicious accompaniment for.
Thank you.
First of all, the idea of a volume swell. This is something that a lot of people think, oh yeah, I know how to do volume swells. Other people think it's some kind of great revelation. So let me show you how to do that first and foremost. And that's the idea. On Telecasters and Strats, it comes in very handy because the volume control and really the tone control are located in places that is conducive for this kind of activity. But if you have the volume down, I'm using my pinky on the control, you hit a note, and you bring up the volume afterwards. And you know, if I start doing it faster, all that kind of stuff, my belly starts to jiggle, which is really kind of not a good visual. But you don't have to go all the way down with the volume at that point. You're kind of going close to zero. But for the most part, when you start doing it faster, you don't have to worry about that. But when I'm doing these pedal steel things, one kind of a cool thing is just this idea of doing these, I don't know, cadences, for lack of a better term, okay? So I'm kind of doing like a 1-4-5-1. Okay, and what I'm doing there is I'm up here at the 16th fret on the E string and on the the G string. And when I'm bending up, I'm actually, the E string's only going up a half step, and the G string's going up a whole step, okay? So I grab my volume control down here and I hit what I want to hit. Hit the strings, and a split second later I bring up that volume control. And add a little vibrato, always a good thing.
It's beautiful.
Okay, and then to go to 5-1, I go down here to the 11th fret on the E string and G string. And I go up with that. Sometimes you got to be careful with the intonation on that one, so I'll add a little vibrato sometimes. Just add a little...
Cover it up.
Little cheat sheet. Okay? So that's one. Another one is just kind of taking this one where I'm up here at the 12th fret on the E string, B string at the 12th fret, and I'm going up a whole step on the B string. Adding a little vibrato. That's another one. Bending up the G string at the 11th fret, keeping my B string there with my pinky on the 12th fret. I can also bar that over there on my pinky on the E string and B string. And I do this 7th chord, I do this quite a bit. Anyone familiar with my skullduggery will have heard me or seen me do this ruggo. This little 7th chord. So what I'm doing is basically I've got the 3rd, the 7th, and the root of the E chord, and I'm bending this G string up a whole step to get the 9th. Okay, so I've got A string at the 11th, D string at 12, G string at 9, and I'm bending up with that first finger at 9 up to 11. Okay, so a lot of times I'll put that all together. Okay, and then I might go down and kind of outline this E chord down here with kind of a Roy Buchanan thingamabob, technical term of course. And what I'm basically doing is I'm like bending it up to the 4th, and then bending down to the 3rd again. So I got E string at 7, B string at 9, but the B string is pre-bent a half step. Or I can hit that E. Now there I can keep my B string at the 9th fret and then bend the G string there at the 9th fret up a whole step. Or I can bend them both up. Okay, and the B string is going up a half step, G string is going up a whole step. And then I like this inversion of a E9th chord. And what I'm doing there is I got the A string at the 5th fret, D string and G string at the 6th fret, and I've got my pinky on the B string at the 7th fret. And I'm actually pre-bending that. This one's really going up a half step. These are going up a half step. The B string is just kind of going up, well, yeah, a micro step of sorts. And I can have it pre-bent and hit the volume slur. Or I can kind of do it all, whatever. It's kind of a cool thing. And then I did a little different version of the cadence that we did up here. I did this little walk up to that. And so what this is, again, it's an E. So I'm doing a hammer on here, D string at 8, up to the 9th fret on the D string. I'm letting that ring when I hit the G string at the 6th. And I'm keeping that D string ringing as I go up to, 6, 8, 9 on the G string. So I'm really doing this. I'm going from a B triad to an E triad. And then just adding a little bit of vibrato. And you can keep that high string ringing, or you can just hit the B string and G string, depending on what you want to do. Anyway, that's a little bit of some pedal steel loving there for your listening and dining pleasure here at the McNally Smith College of Music.
That's right. You want to put that over the track or over the rhythm guitar?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.